So taking a look here, we spent 2 days on here in the parallelogram family on the left. So now we're in the trapezoid and kite section. What makes a trap? A trap is you only have one set of parallel sides, just one. And those parallel sides are called bases. Warning, base does not mean bottom. You can rotate a trap sideways so that the parallel lines are like this, and it's still going to be base and base, even though it's sideways. So that makes a base, a trapezoid, a trapezoid. Because those are parallel, I like you to stretch them out. Squiggle down a stir stick or a transversal. Sweep these two angles. Those are consecutive interior angles, consecutive interior angles. Navia, what's true about these angles if they're consecutive interior, ma'am?
I don't know.
They're consecutive interior. So let me go back. These would be, if they're parallel, these would be alternate interior, which are congruent. Consecutive interior is the same side. They're not congruent. What do you think?
Oh, the angles equal 180?
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to go over here. Thank you very much. So those are called the leg angles, because they're connected on either side of a leg. They are supplementary. That's the first and most important quality. Ready? I'd like you to eyeball. Eyeball the midpoints on either side of the legs. Connect. We connect those midpoints. Taylor, what's that red segment called there? If it connects the midpoints. Yeah, that's a median. And to find the length of that median, you simply average the bases. So right here, to find the length of the median, we add the bases and simply divide by 2. Add the bases, divide by 2. This is true of all trapezoids. Keep in mind that a trapezoid also qualifies as a quadrilateral, so angle sum 360 is still true. Isosceles trapezoid is a descendant of a trapezoid. Isosceles trapezoid. Miss Clark, what makes an isosceles trapezoid isosceles?
It has 2 equal sides.
And that's specifically what we call the legs. So you have congruent legs. Go ahead, sweep these angles. These are called base angles. The angles connected to the bases, and in an isosceles trapezoid, you have congruent base angles, 2 sets. So the blue would be congruent, the red would be congruent. And then there's one more thing congruent here. An isosceles trapezoid. Go ahead and draw in one diagonal. Draw in the other diagonal. Sweetie, I got it here for you. Finger pinch. Finger pinch means thumb, your distance. Finger pinch. I like you to finger pinch this diagonal right here. Finger pinch it. Put your finger on your paper. Finger pinch it. Got it? Now come over here. Finger pinch this side. Rotate. One more time. Finger pinch this way. Got it. Srijay, what do you notice about these guys? Yeah, they are, the diagonals are congruent in length. Now we come to the humble kite. The humble kite. Okay. A kite, what makes a kite a kite? Congruent consecutive sides. Congruent consecutive sides. Congruent consecutive sides. Say that with me, guys. Ready? And congruent consecutive sides.
sides.
Consecutive means next to. So that makes a kite a kite. Now, because of that, you have some interesting properties. These angles, the wider angles on the short side, those are called the crossbar angles. Those are congruent. So in my diagram, those blue angles are going to be congruent. The yellows are the vertex angles. That doesn't, no, let's not do that in yellow. You can't see that. Let's see. The black squiggles are the vertex angles. Now, obviously, there's a larger one and a smaller one, right? So they're not congruent. But if you draw in the diagonal, if you draw in that diagonal, Brianna, what does that diagonal do to those angles? So the vertex angles are being bisected. The vertex angles are bisected. They're not congruent, but they are bisected by the diagonal. Drawing the other crossbar. There is something that's super important and true right there. Armand, what's really important there in the middle about the diagonals?
I'm not entirely sure.
Let's try that one more time.
Oh, I said I'm not sure.
That's fine. Can you physically trace the diagonals, Armand? Just trace them.
All right.
Just physically trace them. Now, with your fingers, go right here, trace that right in the middle. What feels like is going on there?
They're perpendicular to each other.
Bingo. Good word. Good word. They are. Absolutely. The diagonals are perpendicular, which means yet again, you have right angles. Watch out for that. You have everything you need now, guys. Go to the first page of today's lesson. Read it out loud.
Diagonals perpendicular, consecutive sides, and then vertex.
Vertex angles are bisected and crossbar angles are congruent. You're right here, friends. You are right here. Okay, fabulous. Let's have Carissa. Can you read the instructions on page 1, ma'am?
Yeah, find all angles in the isosceles trapezoid where ED equals FG.
Okay, now not only angles, I need to add, you should be finding X here. Step 1, I'd like you to stretch out these sides, stretch them out. Stretch them out. Denise, those two black lines, what's true about them? They're what to each other? Yes, ma'am. So we go like this and squiggle, sweep, sweep. Those are consecutive interior angles. Riley, what is true about those two yellow angles?
They add up to 180.
You are so correct. So students, here is your thing equation. Angle plus angle equals 180. You guys at home, you are texting me. You have 2 minutes. I want the value of X and I want the value of angle F, angle G, angle D, and angle E. All in the same text message. You guys finish and then just like rotate and talk to each other, okay? Rotate, talk to each other. Go. Text message. Boom. Rotate, check in with each other. Okay. Students at home, give me all answers on one line, please. You can work on page 2 while you're waiting. Fabulous, go on to page 3.
Do we do the second one?
The second one that we're going to do together. So skip, go to page, why don't you go page 3 while we're waiting for everyone?
I finished the second one too.
Didn't go on to page 3. Oh, wow, you guys are going really fast. So I'm just going to tell you verbally. Navia, excellent. Addie, excellent. Riley, good job. Sophia, yes. Miss Abby, I want all the answers on the same line, please, ma'am. All the answers in the same line. All the answers in the same line. Hmm? What? Okay. How you doing, Brianna? You got X yet? Good. What'd you get for X? Nope, which you should have. You, good job, Keaton. You should have, yes, ma'am, X is 10. There you go. Plug it in. Destiny, nice job. Miss Abby, good job. Nico, is this an emergency, kiddo? You're not supposed to have your cell phone up, huh? Uh-oh. Oh dear. Sorry about that. Yes, yes, Miss Rachel, you're good. Yes, ma'am.
For the third problem on the second page, it's supposed to be 43 divided by 7.
Check your math, kiddo. Check your math. Students, one more problem. Down here, we're doing one more, first page. That's a midpoint, that's a midpoint, that's a median. In the boxes on page 2, this is what you are writing every single time. Median equals base plus base over 2. In other words, you write the equation every single time in the box. Then, after you write the equation, use what I call circle, plug, chug. Median, notice I'm physically circling the numbers. Do the same thing. Warning, the most common mistake I see here on tests, and it kills me because it just messes up the entire algebra, is students drop that 2. So as you circle every aspect of the equation, make sure you don't drop the 2. Whole number fraction, pop it over 1. What I'd like you to do now, please, is once again, you are solving for X, and you are sending both bases. Length. Go. You guys, solve for the 3 and then just check in with each other. Don't just solve for X, guys. Don't just solve for X. Okay, Joshua, that's the correct answer for the previous problem. Yes, sir.
It says that EFGH is isosceles trapezoid.
Mhm.
So that means these two are congruent.
The sides are congruent. Yes, even though they're not looking. Not everything's drawn to scale. Sometimes I'll do that just to mess with you.
And then what is this angle for?
That's for the, is that F on the right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Keep them coming, folks. I'm waiting for about 5 more of you. Brianna, do you have X? Did you plug it in? What'd you get? The bases. Add 7 and 23. What do you get? Divide by 2? Yes, ma'am. That's how you know you're correct. Friends, I'm waiting for about 5 more of you. I know who you are. I don't want to call you out by name on Zoom, but I'd like you to go ahead and get those answers to me, please. Actually, no, it's not 5, it's 3. McKenna, Taylor, you guys good? Check in with each other? Yes?
We round to.
Round? What, okay, not that decimals are bad, but in that page, there's only whole numbers. Nico, what are you looking at, sir? Point to it.
Well, because
Yes, they do.
I add them up
And then, yes.
and I got 11x equals 30.
Try that again. Try that again. Here, let's see what happened here. Try that again. Are you over here?
Second, yeah, that one.
That one? Okay, so let's take a look. 72.
Oh, yeah, that's
So those add up to 180, right?
Yeah.
So we have 6x plus 33 plus 5x plus 15 equals 180. You good so far?
48.
Okay, so hang on, one
Oh,
thing at a
never
time.
mind,
I
no,
don't
yeah.
think so.
No, I made it equal 18 because.
Ah, yeah, take it from there. Students, I'm going to let you work on your own for about 7 minutes. And yes, Armand. And then I'm going to open up the breakout room for the last couple pages. That's usually where students start finding issues, is the last couple pages. So I'll let you work on your own for about 7 minutes, and then I'll open up a breakout room at the 15 if you are towards the end and having a wrestle. There's 6. Page 5. Hang on. Well, hang on. Page 4 is right there. I'm sorry, it's stapled backwards. That's really annoying. I'm sorry. Well, not to the lefties. My few lefties are like finally comfortable because it's stapled the other way. That sounds about right. And that adds up to? There you go. That's how you know you're correct. Yeah, we do. We average 1 to 2 a year. So guess why we can't do them this year? Yeah. So next year, when all is well, I always have a puzzle table, and I honestly have students like the year before, obviously. They weren't even in my class, but they knew I had a puzzle table. They would sit here and munch on their lunch and work on the puzzle. That was like their thing. So we do one every year. And I got a puzzle for Christmas, so I'm hanging on to it for next year. I'm really excited about that.
The Guadalupe Mountain National Park one looks really hard.
That probably, yes, because landscapes are a little bit crazier. I usually like to get busy ones because they're a tad easier, but you're right. That was a challenge. That was a challenge.
Is this all we do?
Just mark what, now I didn't want you to draw in diagonals there. There's diagonals on the right-hand side. So there's something else I want you to mark true about that. Let's see. Addie, I sent you a chat. Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to drop it by side.
No, but what else is true there? There's something else that's true there. What else is true? What else does it qualify as? A kite also qualifies as? Nope. Ask yourself that. What else does a kite qualify as? There's something there that's really subtle and it gets overlooked because it's so simple. That's why I have that there.
So I don't have everything?
On the left-hand side, no, there's something else true. I know it's bothersome. It truly is.
Miss Way, I sent you a chat.
Wonderful, Declan. Yes, that's fine. I got it.
All right, thank you.
You can finish on your own.
These 2 angles right here.
Mm-hmm. Those are congruent. You already have those marked, don't you? There's something else true. You're overlooking something so simple. I'm so glad you're bothered because you'll remember this.
Every single one.
Yeah. Look in the quad family tree. Put your finger on the kite, Srijay. Like physically finger on kite. No, sir, on the quad family tree. I apologize. Ask yourself this question. What else does it qualify as? Look.
Well, I can't do that vertex.
No. Put your finger physically on the kite. Good. Now think shape-wise. A kite also qualifies as a what? What's it a descendant of? No, no, it's not even touching the trapezoid.
Quadrilateral.
Yeah, it's a quadrilateral. So what else is true?
So the sides, so it all equals 360.
So make a notation that those angles add up to 360. Yeah, I know, it's so obvious. You'll see why in a moment. What did?
Sorry, but are we working on Alex right now, or?
No, my dear, you are working on lesson 6.4.
Wait, so this way.
That's like the easiest one.
It's on
Oh.
Class Kick.
Okay.
It's also loaded on my Moodle site. Mason, you out there, dear? Did you finish page 4 already? You did? Okay, so which one are you on? Point to it. Got it. Where are you stuck?
Oh, I just started it.
Oh, you just started, okay. Mason, you out there? Harwood. Yeah, you guys can work together. If you want to scoot a little bit closer, you can, but not right on top of each other, obviously. Yeah, I'll help. Let me just, I'm just. There, yeah, what page you on, ma'am? Page 5. There's no decimals there. Okay, Nico, buddy, what are we doing?
I finished. I'm correcting my work.
Oh, you're correcting your work. Okay, I thought we were still texting.
Oh, no.
Got it.
So like I have these side lengths and I needed to get Y, so I did the add.
Yes.
And I got a
How did you set it up?
This is what they-
Yes, sir.
Are the, is the cross, right, is that a midpoint?
Hang tight. Let me flip to this. Okay, which page are you on?
The diagram, not yet, no.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would that be a midpoint?
No. Well, hang on. For which way? Horizontally or vertically? This way? Are you asking me, are those equal?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Okay. Let's take a look here. Sinise, what kind of triangle is that right there, ma'am? A right triangle. So how would you solve for Y?
See, I didn't know if it was a 30, 60, 90.
Well, you don't know that, so be careful you don't assume it.
Yeah, that's why I.
Okay,
did the
but
add,
what do you have? Have
two sides,
2 sides, need a third
with that.
side, tag. So how did you set it up?
So I did that and I got 289.
Yes, you have 289 equals Y squared, right?
So I need to square the two.
No, you square root because you're trying to undo it,
Oh,
trying to undo it. And believe it or not, 289 is a perfect square. You should have your perfect squares under 20 memorized. But square root of 289 is perfect.
Can we use a calculator on the last page?
On last page, absolutely. You have figured out that you need SOHCAHTOA, don't you? Good job.
I was using the square root.
What's 15?
Oh, do it longhand. Don't treat me like Siri. Come on.
so I have 17.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
And then that's when I did X. So I did 2X minus 7 is equal to 15.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I had decimal.
Well, let's see what you did there. Okay, how would you solve for that?
So I added 7.
Add 7, great. Okay, keep talking. 2x equals,
And then 15.
no, what, 15 plus 7, ma'am.
Oh, I think I forgot.
Did you forget to, I think you forgot to add your 7.
Let me redo it. I think
Yeah,
I did.
yeah. Students, you're on page 5. That tends to be where people get hung up. You have a question? You guys at home? Page 5?
Oh, yeah, I did forget that.
Got it.
It's 15 squared. 250 and that.
What's that, sweetheart?
Oh, yeah, right.
225. Yes, ma'am,
Oh, yeah.
225.
I got 11.
It is. Yeah. And then here this is how you know it's true. What's 2 times 11? Minus 7?
Yeah.
Boom, chakalaka. Yeah.
And then I need help with the second.
Well, how about this? I'm going to let you wrestle with it just for 1 minute. Try to find everything you know to be true about a kite and mark it, and then I'll happily help you. But
I know the side lengths or the angles kind of.
okay, let's do that. Let's just physically sweep all of these guys.
Can you use my calculator for the square root?
Yes, you may. And let's do a little arrow. These add up to how much? Good, so that's true. Okay, now what else is true about a kite? We're not going to mess with that though. We can, but we're not going to mess with it. So what else is true? Look in the quad family tree. There's something else that's super important that makes this so very easy. Consecutive sides are equal, absolutely. So that's these guys, hatch mark, double hatch, double hatch. Keep going down the list. That's right. So if I drew a diagonal, that 13y and the 9y would be cut in half, but I'm not going to do that. Keep going down the list. Congruent. How would that help you here? Crossbar angles. That's the short side angles. No. The crossbar angles are these angles. Yes, sir.
Is for the first one, is the second triangle. Do you define this right here? These two? Yeah.
Do I give you sufficient information?
I mean, this could be a 36. Right?
Yeah, careful about the couldas. Coulda, shoulda, wouldas. No, I don't know.
I have 125 for that other side.
Yes, ma'am. Now, how does that help you? How does it help you? Put your finger here. Touch. Remember, brains in the hand. Touch. Wait for it. Good. Touch it again. Touch it again. No, you will in a moment. Your brain just takes a minute to process. You're going to process it. Kick it like this. Go doot, 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 doot. Go like that. Touch. You wrote that, didn't you? Okay. Yeah, which ones, dear? No. 360 is associated with what? Where'd you get the 360 from? Look on your quad family tree. You're so correct. So touch.
Oh, wait, if I subtract.
Just touch. Yes, dear. Boom, 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 boom. What do you know about those four guys? Yes, ma'am. Good.
I just take 125, subtract.
Okay, so we're going to make a thing equation. So here's my thing equation. I know the four angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, add up to. Yes, ma'am. So always do a thing equation. That way you won't get lost. Do you see what I mean by a thing equation? I know the things, four angles add up to 360. Now we're going to circle plug chug. You ready? What's our first angle you want to work with? Okay, 125. Great. Plus, what's your other angle? Fabulous. All right. 125 plus 9y plus 13y equals. There you go. Do you see you were dropping your 250 there? So now solve. Solve, dear. Collect like terms, solve. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yes, sir. What's up? What you got?
65, 45, 125.
Well, they add up to how much?
360.
Yes. And did you solve for what?
I just did 22y plus 250.
Equal. You got it. Yes, sir. Nice.
I know, 'cause I
Yes,
added
Taylor, what's up?
13y.
22y, yeah.
Problem that you're doing, like, I know that the kite equals 1960.
Okay, put your finger on the kite image on your quad family tree. I apologize. On the quad family tree, put your finger there. Physically on the kite. Good. Now, a kite also qualifies as what shape? What is it related to? That's why we call this the family tree. What's it related to? What's it connected to? Yeah, it's just a generic quad, right? What's true about all quads?
Oh, they equal 1960.
Yes, ma'am. Four sides adds up to 3. That's okay. You're literally the 13th student. I've pointed that out today. You guys, you tend to overlook some of the obvious stuff. So, and it's okay. That's why I'm here. Friends, at home, you have a question, especially on that last page, which tends to be the most challenging. Excellent. Let me just check in with you guys verbally. Miss Abby and Jessica, questions?
Oh.
Huh? Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Are you asking where it goes? Show me. Yes, ma'am, but only that. Yes, ma'am. Go like this with your arm, like muscle woman, okay? When you do angles, think shoulder, elbow, wrist. So it goes B, touch, B, D, A, and then you sweep at the elbow. So if you just remember shoulder, elbow, wrist, sweep at the elbow, you'll be good. Because yes, you identified that correctly. Riley, Carissa, questions? Did you check your work? Oh, okay, fine, kiddo, fine. Because I literally mark you down if I don't see evidence of corrections. And guys, when you do corrections, can you please make them big? Some of you, your little smileys are so small, I feel like I'm playing a game of Where's Waldo? It's like, where's the correction? Here you go, ma'am. Yes, sir.
I don't have mine too, but I just like make a really big mark.
I needed a distinctive color. So do you have a separate color other than your pencil?
No.
A red pen, part of your equipment, kiddos.
Yeah, I forgot mine at home. Because I was in a rush.
I get it, sweet. I get it, buddy. Don't lose this, okay? I just can't give these away. Okay, and Navia, Hermione, Kayla, questions?
No, I'm doing good.
I'm doing
No,
good.
I'm good.
All righty, Marika, question, ma'am.
I think I'm doing good right now.
Wonderful. Addie, Mira, Declan?
I'm good, thank you.
Miss Way, you saw my chat. Can I
Yeah,
go?
you're taking off early. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You bet. Keaton, Rachel, questions?
I'm good, thank you. I'm
Excellent.
actually done. Am I
Lovely.
good to
Then
go?
take off and get started on your take-home practice quiz.
Okay, thank you.
Joshua, Isabella, how you doing?
Good.
About halfway down.
All righty. Holler at me if you need help. Brianna, you doing okay? What you missing, ma'am? Point to it. Okay. Do you have all the triangles? I mean, do you have all the sides?
No, I was gonna do that right now.
Okay, yeah, one of the rules is, not rules, but kind of the guidelines is always find what's easy to find to start with. So for example, we know that this is going to be 9, right? And we know that this is going to be 15, right? So is it pretty easy to find the blue? Yeah, then find it. So always find what's easy to find first. Students at home, just a heads up, when you correct your work, 2 things. 1, I prefer red pen. So if it's on paper, red pen. If you're on ClassKick, red pen. 2, can you make your corrections stars or smileys kind of big? Some of you, your little correction markings are so tiny. I feel like I'm playing a game of Where's Waldo? It's like, where's the correction? And okay, see the glasses, folks? And don't make me squint when I'm grading your papers. Not a good idea. Yes, sir. Absolutely not. You're a learning experience. Now, what I do want, if you get something wrong, Nico, not only do I want you to just mark it wrong, I do want a little, I want to, well, more importantly, I want a little note. What are you going to remember? Because by writing numbers, look up here, Nico, numbers is like one part of the brain. Writing is a separate part of your brain. So by taking and writing, even if it's short, it forces you to move the information through your brain. You're more likely to remember it. Yeah, by writing. Brianna, let me know what you get there.
Yeah, for the last one, I had to do like one of the triangles, like 45, 90.
Today was not 45, 45, 90. There was a 30, 60, 90 in there somewhere. 30, 60, 90?
Yeah, that one.
That one is a
But I
30,
do
60, 90.
That, like, the other one.
Yes, 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 yes. There's always decimals, but how did you set up? Are you solving for the blue, Dare? Are you solving for blue? How'd you set that up? You probably went 9 squared plus 15 squared equals unknown squared? Okay, that's a problem. Remember, Okay, fess up, my dear. Truly be honest with me. Did you write this equation beforehand? No. Okay, let's do that. Let's see if you spot your mistake. No, that's yours, kid.
Oh, thank you.
Do you see what happened?
Yeah.
Leg, 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 hypo, hypo. Do you see what's going on there? Okay, so Brianna, look at me. Never skip that step again, okay? It seems simple, but equations, by writing them down, it's like in your, at home, your silverware drawer, do you have one of those plastic things in it that say like spoon here, knives here? You know, it's kind of like shaped. Not shaped, but it's shaped like it. Okay, that's what equations are. It's saying like, put the leg here, put the hypo here. It helps your brain put stuff in the right place. Yeah. So Srijay, what did you get right and what did you overlook?
Everything.
Everything right or overlook everything?
I overlooked everything.
What is it that you overlooked, sir? Please, well, how about this? Tell me at least the one thing you got right. One thing.
Oh, I got the 60.
I'm happy about that.
30s.
Goody.
I got 53s.
53s?
Yeah.
Oh, so you used inverse SOHCAHTOA? Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I'm confused.
Whereabouts? Yes, ma'am. It is 12. Good job. Okay, let me erase this so it's a little bit cleaner here. Okay, so that's 12 and this is 9. And then your question is how to find the angles, right?
Yeah.
That's a 90. Which angle do you want to go for, D or C? I really don't care. D. Okay. What kind of triangle do you have here?
Right.
Yeah. So let's start rattling off. What kinds of things can you do with a right triangle? A right triangle is like I'm handing you what's called, you know, the keys to the kingdom. Yes, sir. No, that's yours to keep. Don't lose it. What kind of things can you do with a right triangle? Pythagorean theorem's one.
Yeah.
What else? SOHCAHTOA is another. If you don't know, look at your green, sweetheart. 45, 45, and 30, 60, 90, right? Okay, but that's not going on here. We know that. So there's only one left. What is it? What is it that you're overlooking? Enzo, question, buddy? Do you know where we got that 12 from?
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Okay, that's fine. Other side, Brianna. Other side, my dear. Hey, Brooke. So question here is, Brianna, look at the top. How can we find an angle? There we go, dear. So from theta, that's our theta. Let's label our 12 is our opposite. Our 9 is what, ma'am? You got it, ma'am. And then, of course, hypo. Which one do you want to use? Inverse sine, inverse cosine, or inverse tangent? Doesn't matter. Sine. So what numbers would that be for that angle? Inverse sine, parentheses, 12. Oh, glorious. You got it, Toyota. I know. That, you know, I think a year from now, the smell of these wipes and Lysol spray is going to literally make me nauseous. Because really? Oh, well, the ones were, these have a slight lemon, but the alcohol wipes were a bit on the strong side. Round to the nearest whole degree, Brianna. Friends at home, questions?